You know that feeling, right? You hit a creative wall and you just feel like you've taken a project as far as you possibly can on your own. Well, in today's explainer, we're going to dive into why the key to unlocking that next level, especially in the world of AI and tech, isn't about working harder, it's about working together.
And this quote right here from Franco Articeros, man, it just hits the nail on the head. It's a pain point almost every creator feels. You've got the passion, you've got the skills, but there's this invisible ceiling you just can't seem to punch through. That ceiling? Well, that's the limit of working with just one perspective, yours. So, sound familiar? Are you maybe staring at a project right now, kind of wondering where to even go next? That feeling of being creatively isolated? That's exactly what we're tackling today. Because the solution, believe it or not, is often just outside your own head. And that solution, simply put, is community. So let's talk about how we can tap into that power and unlock our collective genius. So what is a creative community, really? I mean, it's way more than just a group of people with the same hobby. Think of it as a dynamic ecosystem, a living, breathing environment where ideas can just flow, feedback is actually helpful, and working together sparks real, genuine innovation. And what you get out of joining an ecosystem like this, it's huge. Just imagine being exposed to totally new ways of thinking that make you question everything. Getting feedback that actually helps you make your work better, not just makes you feel bad. All of a sudden, these massive projects that seemed impossible, totally doable with the team. Plus, you get motivation, accountability, and a whole shared library of skills and cool cutting-edge tools. Okay, theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to go inside the factory and look at a case study on a community called Artezeros Tech. So Artezeros Tech calls itself a virtual creative factory, or VCF for short. And you can really think of it like that, an online assembly line for creativity. It's this hub where people who are passionate about art and AI get together to build some truly amazing things. It's basically a perfect working example of the creative ecosystem we've been talking about. And this right here shows one of the biggest perks, the shared resources. It's not just about getting your hands on specialized AI tools like Kiko Paint for art or Anthropic Claude for writing. No, it's about having a shared toolbox that everybody in the community can use to build, create, and collaborate on stuff together in real time. But, the tools are only half the story. The really crucial part is how they're used. It all comes down to this simple but incredibly powerful cycle. You share what you're working on, you get honest, helpful feedback from everyone else. That experience might then lead you to join a bigger project or maybe a themed challenge. And then as you grow, you start sharing your own skills and mentoring the newer members, which makes the whole ecosystem even stronger. Okay, so you've seen the what and the why. Now it's time for the how. Let's get into a real actionable blueprint for building your own creative nexus. And look, you don't have to build some giant factory overnight. The real key is to start small. Maybe find some local meetups to build strong connections. From there, you can branch out online. But the absolute foundation, the most important part, is step 3, fostering a safe, inclusive space where everyone's voice feels respected. Once you have that, you can host events to keep things active and build trust by making feedback and sharing just part of the culture. And to make that even more concrete, here's where you can start looking online, like right now. There are amazing niche communities thriving on Discord and Reddit. You can find specialized forums for pretty much any creative field you can think of. And of course, you've got dedicated platforms like Arteceros Tech that are designed specifically to be these collaborative hubs. Which brings us right back to the main idea stated perfectly again by Franco Articeros: connection. It isn't just a nice to have, it's the soil where creativity actually grows. It's the difference between being a solo artist and being part of a movement. So, we'll end with this question for you to think about. Think about that project you're working on, that idea you've been stuck on. Now just imagine it, but amplified by the perspectives, the skills, and the support of a whole community. What becomes possible then? What will you create when you're not alone?